Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Looking forward to a nice week ahead. Our theme today is discover. So let us discover about ourselves and about our poses and anything else we wish to discover today. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we shall begin our practice lying down. Coming to your mat, making yourself comfortable. Slowing down, letting go. Letting go of everything that's going on in your life, in your world. Ridding yourself of all labels, roles, responsibilities. And just bringing yourself to the mat. And let your attention go to the base of your spine, becoming aware of its connection with the mat, aware of any sensations here. Directing your breath towards the base of your spine. And moving that focus upwards to your navel area. Again, becoming aware of sensations here, of any movement, particularly movement created by your breath. And moving that attention on up to your solar plexus, that point at the base of your sternum. Giving it your full attention. And moving the focus on upwards to your heart area that fills the cavity in your ribs. Continuing upwards to the base of your throat where your collarbones meet. Noticing sensation as your breath passes this point. And upwards again to that point between your eyebrows. And then letting your attention rest on the crown of your head. Feeling your energy flow freely through all these points, the base of your spine, your navel, solar plexus, heart, base of your throat, third eye, that point between your eyebrows and the crown of your head. And then let that attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. With your exhale now, really becoming aware of the core and engaging it. So inhaling through your nose into your belly. As you exhale, drop the pelvic floor, belly button in and up, sides of the waist in, feeling the whole core engage with the exhale. And taking 3 more breaths here like this. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, roll over onto your side, making your way up through tabletop to stand at the top of your mat. And as you stand here, check in with the feet that they're hip width apart, equal weight on both feet. Those feet pointing forward in a nice straight line, standing up tall. Taking 2 more breaths here, again with each exhale, engaging that core from the pelvic floor up. All of that engagement of the core helps to strengthen the core as you relax and contract it. But also doing the same with your pelvic floor. It's connected to your core, so it just enhances that core strength. But in and of itself, engaging the pelvic floor is so good for us, particularly as we move on in life. The more often you engage your pelvic floor, the more it will stand to you in the future. So from here, let's just turn those feet outwards. So the toes are out, the heels are in, and we're going to come down into our squat. So make your own modification depending on your knees and hips and how willing they are today. Remember, you can stop at any point on the way down here and make that your point of your squat. Press the elbows against the knees and the knees against the elbows wherever you are in your squat. Palms together. Taking 2 breaths here. And let the hands come down onto the mat, lengthening through the spine. So the spine should be nice and long. We don't want a roundness in the shoulders here. We want to keep those shoulders square, the chest open. And then let's move upwards here, turning the feet to the front, coming into a lengthened spine. So your chest is away from your thighs. Your spine is nice and long, tops of the fingers on the mat or the ground. And then bend the knees. Come all the way up, bring the hands down into prayer. Let's flow through that a couple of times. So toes turning out, moving down to your squat, taking a breath. Hands to the floor, take a breath. Keeping the length in the spine, straightening the legs, toes pointing in. You can, of course, keep a bend in the knees if you like, but keep that chest away from the thighs, lengthening the spine. And then just bend the knees to make your way all the way up. Bring the hands down into prayer. Take a breath. And again, toes out, coming down to your squat for a breath. Hands to the floor for a breath. All the time focusing on the length of the spine, making your way up, toes point to the front again, lengthen spine. Bend the knees all the way up. Hands in prayer. Take note now of your spine, how it feels. Soften the shoulders, having those shoulders over the hips nice and square. Let's try to keep that length in the spine as from here we turn the toes out. Come down into your squat, focusing on the length of that spine. Let the hands come down onto the mat. Making your way up, toes to the front, still long in the spine. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, hands in prayer. Take a breath. Two more. Toes pointing out, down into your squat. Hands to the floor. Lengthening the legs, toes to the front, lengthen spine. Bend the knees, come all the way up. Take a breath. Last time, toes pointing out, down to the squat. Hands to the floor. Rising up, toes to the front, lengthen spine. Bend the knees, coming up to stand, bringing the hands down into prayer. Take a breath. Good. From here, bring the hands onto the hips. Let's raise the left leg up, so shifting the weight into that right foot. Lift the left leg up, just so the knee is in line with the hip. And let's circle the foot. First taking it in one direction, and then take it in the other direction. And back again, and other direction. And then let's draw that left leg back, so your knees are now in line with each other. The left leg is behind you. Lift it up if you can reach it. Hold on to the foot. If you can't reach it, just hold it wherever it goes to. Two more breaths here. Keeping that gaze point soft. And releasing the left foot down. Let's shift it over to the other side. So weight into that left foot, lifting the right leg up, knee in line with hip, and circling the foot first in one direction and then the opposite way and back again and change again. And then drawing that knee back so it's in line with the left knee, holding on to the back foot if you can, or just holding the leg up with the knee bent at whatever angle works for you. Two more breaths here, remembering each breath to engage the core from the pelvic floor up. And then releasing the foot down, and let's come to the long side of the mat. And from here, we're going to come down onto our toes. So doing a toe balance. So as you bend down, you're coming onto the toes of your feet. Your heels are up. From here, try, if you can, to keep the shoulders over the hips. Hands in prayer. One more breath here. And then bringing the hands down, step that left leg out, flexing the foot. So you're getting a nice stretch just along the hamstrings. One more breath here. And then let's just move that over to the other side. So stretching the right leg out. You're still on the toes of this left foot. Flexing that right foot so that you get the stretch into the leg. And then coming back to the center for your toe balance again. And hands down, stepping out that left leg, really exaggerating that flexion of the foot to feel the stretch on that back of that left leg, and moving it over to the other side. One more breath here. Coming back to the center and standing up. Let's take it to the top of the mat. With your feet hip width apart, let's run through a straightforward sun salute first of all on each side, and then we'll add a few bits and bobs in between. So raise the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping forward to your forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And then lengthening through the spine like we did earlier. So just allow the chest to move away from the thighs. Long, nice long spine. And forward fold again. Stepping that right leg back for your low lunge. Making sure those arms are running up past your ears. And then from here through to your plank. Keep a softness in the elbows. Making your way down onto your mat, either through your knees, feet, chest and belly, or lowering yourself down nice and slowly through your arms. When you get to the bottom, let's lift up into a back bend. This is really all about your core. So very light with the hands. Keeping the gaze on the mat. And then pushing up through tabletop into your downward dog. Let's pedal our way in. Allowing those legs to stretch. Pushing the hips back, finding that length in the spine. Gaze towards the belly button. One more breath. And raising that right leg out behind you. Step it through. Low lunge. And hands either side to step up into your forward fold. Bend the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, or raise the gaze. And through to forward fold. Lengthen the spine, hands away from you, chest away from the thighs. And forward fold again. Stepping the left leg back. Low lunge. And through to your plank. Making your way down. And then drawing up into your back bend. Pushing through to downward dog. And stretch that left leg out behind you, stepping it through, low lunge. And into your forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold. Trying to get a little bit deeper into your forward fold now. And lengthening the spine, drawing the chest away from the thighs. Forward fold again. This time let's step the right leg back, but keep it flat on the mat. Bend this left knee and lifting up, square up your hips. And raise the arms up for warrior one. Taking 3 breaths here. And then from here, tilting the upper body to about, so we're at a, kind of like a long diagonal slash with our body from our right heel up to our fingers. And you should feel this not only as a big stretch on that back leg, particularly the calf, but also quite a strengthening exercise for the left glute and quad. One more breath. And then bring the arms into a T as you lower the body down even further to halfway. So we're in an airplane, hovering over this left leg. One more breath. Hands down, stepping back into your plank. And bringing yourself down onto your mat, through to your back bend, and push on up into downward dog. Let's stretch that right leg out behind you. Stepping it through. Remember, we're keeping this left foot on the mat, pointing forward, but it doesn't have to be straight. It can be a little bit of an angle. Keeping that right knee bent over your ankle as you lift up. Square your hips. Raise the arms. And coming forward, hovering here. And into your airplane. Bring the hands down onto the mat, stepping that left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Forward fold. And lengthening through the spine. Forward fold again. Let's step the left leg back for your warrior one. Setting it up, rising up. If it's wobbly, just widen the stance to give yourself more balance. Square the hips, raise the arms. Drawing the upper body forward. Still engaging that pelvic floor, belly button in and up as you exhale. And bringing the arms out into a T. Hands down, stepping back for your plank. Remember getting those shoulders over the wrists. And lowering down onto the mat. Draw up chest and forehead. Having a very engaged core here. And push on up into your downward dog. Stretching that left leg out behind you. Step it through. Keeping that right foot flat on the mat. A little bit of weight into the outside edge of that back foot. Squaring up the hips. Raise the arms. Warrior one. And bringing that upper body into its incline. And arms out as we come to our airplane. Hands down onto the mat, stepping that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up to stand. Hands together, bring them down by the chest. Take a breath. Let's bring those hands onto our hips and shift the weight again into that right foot. This time lifting the left leg up, so the same again, knee up to hip height. And this time open out the leg, the lower leg. Finding your balance. One more breath here. And lowering that left leg down, let's move it over. So shifting the weight into the left leg, raising the right leg up, and the lower leg up, opening out. One more breath here. And bring the leg back. Good. And from here, raising the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Sweeping forward, forward fold. Lengthening the spine. Forward fold again. Stepping the right leg back, drawing the knee down, low lunge. Bringing the hands into prayer, turning to the left and letting that right elbow come against the left leg. Curling the toes of that right leg as you raise the knee. And bring the right hand down onto the mat. Raise that left arm up following it with your gaze. And if you want, you can open out that front leg for a reverse triangle. One more breath. Bringing the hand down and bending that front knee as we come into a runner's lunge. One more breath here. And from here, stepping back to our plank. And lowering down onto your mat. Trying not to collapse in a heap. Let's keep going. Draw the forehead and chest up. And push on up to your downward dog. Stretching that right leg out behind you. Let's step it through, low lunge. Still keeping that core very involved with each breath. Hands into prayer, taking a twist to the right. Letting the elbow rest against the side of the right leg. And then curling those back toes, raise the knee. Let that left hand come down onto the mat, raise the right arm up. And if you want to lengthen through that front leg, do. One more breath. Bringing the hand down, bending that front knee as we come into our runner's lunge. And stepping the left foot up, forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Last side, sweeping the arms down, forward fold. Lengthening through the spine. And forward fold. Stepping that left leg back, low lunge. Keeping the jaw and the shoulders soft as you go through it. Taking your twist to the right. Keeping those shoulders down. Curling the back toes and raising the knee. Taking it into your reverse triangle, left hand to the floor, raise the right hand up, and either keeping a bend in this right knee or opening out the leg. Bending that front knee as you draw the hands down. Stepping back into your plank. Final plank of the day. And lowering down onto your mat, drawing up the forehead and chest, and pushing on up to your downward dog. Stretching that left leg out behind you, step it through. Low lunge. Bringing those hands into prayer as you take the twist to the left. And curling the toes of the back foot, raise the knee. Bringing that right hand down, left hand up, and straighten that front leg if you wish. Framing the foot, coming into your runner's lunge. And let's step the right foot up, low lunge. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bringing those hands down in prayer. Well done. Let's from here make our way down onto the mat, hinging at the hips once more, folding forward, this time coming down onto tabletop and through to come and lie down on your back. Draw those arms behind you, full body stretch. And bringing the arms back down by your side, raise the right leg up, flexing the foot. Let's hold it here for 3. Remembering to engage that core with each exhale, it will really help you keep the leg in place. And slowly lowering it down. Let's draw the left leg up. So it's just up a little bit. It's kind of hovering, keeping the toes flexed. So you're having to use strength in your quads to keep it up here and in your core. Keeping the foot flexed. And lowering that down. Bending both knees, lift the feet up, draw the legs up, and let's just cycle it out. Keeping it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the legs down to bring them down onto the mat. And once again, draw those arms all the way behind the head. Arms down by your side again, bending the knees, and this time lifting both legs up, soles of the feet looking at the ceiling. And hugging the knees into the chest, letting the feet soften. Let those feet go on down onto your mat, arms in a T as the knees fall over to the right and the gaze to the left. One more breath here. And let's take that over to the other side. And when you're ready, make your way back to the center, drawing those arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards, as you let your legs come out long. And allow your body some time now to relax, rejuvenate. After that practice, and well done. And thank you for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and you feel you discovered a lot about your body, about yourself and your capabilities. Don't forget to let us know when you've completed the practice so we can add you to our roll of honor at the end of the month. And now just allow your body to let go. Letting go your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet, your heels and your ankles. your shins and your calves. Letting go your knees, front and back. Your thighs, front and back. Letting go your quads, your glutes, your pelvis. Letting go the small of your back, the length of your spine, the back of your rib cage, and your shoulder blades. Letting go your belly, front of your rib cage, chest and shoulders. Letting go your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, the backs of your hands, the palms of your hands and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And taking time for gratitude here. Gratitude to yourself. And gratitude for everything that's working in your life today. And let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, into your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. Feeling that connection with your breath, and through that, a deeper connection with your inner self. And imagine you're walking on a beach. Notice the smells, the sounds, the texture, the temperature. Find a place to sit on the beach, watching the waves gently ebb and flow.